We call that avoidance.
Avoidance, really?
Avoidance. Welcome to another exciting episode of Victoria.
Towards or away from? It's away from.
You're avoiding both.
Oh, okay.
That's called being alive.
Doobie
doobie doo.
Welcome to another exciting episode of Feel It Real Fun for We on V. Are we on the 1st of December? We are.
Oh, yeah. Guess what? 11 out of 12 months are gone. Some people are still dicking around.
1st of December.
I'm thinking about it. Mm-hmm.
Yes, 20.
That's right. I'm going to use Mr. 20 talking like a redneck as an excuse to think about it. Mm-hmm. Anyway, Jumpin' Joe Weldon is here today. Today we're having taters.
Yeah. And pork ribs.
Yeah, and two kinds of meat. Lamb shanks and pork ribs.
Who'd have thunk?
Yep. Believe me, it's a fresh, fun Flesh Friday. Something like that.
Yeah,
that's right.
Fresh flesh
Cue ball,
Friday.
yo.
Oh, you're cute. So, and it's your manifesting questions answered live.
I love live. The alternative takes us that whole fun Flesh Friday.
Yes.
Fun Fresh Friday. Flesh
What could it be? Could be sick, stale, something, seafood Saturday or something.
Something like that. But wait till you see what's coming after that. Lisa and LaRock.
Oh, yeah, Lisa.
Oh, right.
So go to joinremarkable.com, actually.
Yeah, joinremarkable.com. It officially starts in exactly 1 month. Oh, my God. Our first call will be sometime in the first 2 weeks of January to be announced to members only, right?
Yes.
Oh, my God. Doobie-doo-be-doo. Or you could dick around for a while.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Go to easymanifestingmethods.com.
Yep, that's the freebie. Get there, start that, link in the email, all that bullshit. And if you don't click the link, we don't trust you, Mr. 20. I'm not going to click that link. You might send me something in the mail.
In the mail.
Yeah,
Does that
that's
happen
right.
these days?
Yeah, the mails.
It's only for bills, really.
Yeah, bills
Even
and
then.
smokes. Smoking.
Yeah. And for refunds, visit our YouTube channel, feelitrealfun.com.
All right, look at that. Lisa and LaRock, Tony Doyle, Alessandra. Nancy
Hello,
Parker.
Nancy.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So, all these remarkable kids are here. Yeah, and someone else. All right, so...
Someone else.
Yep.
Okay.
By the way, you guys that are watching this show, not everyone listens to the podcast, and that fascinates me, because it's 7 minutes, and I'm actually fairly focused, right? And so we've got our people posting
fairly
focused, right?
Yes.
And we've got our people sharing hey, I'm a top 4%er, I'm a top 1%er, so on and so forth. Yeah. And you notice these people are soaring. Now, I'm not blaming causation on the podcast, but I'm thinking, wouldn't it be smart to eat some meat once in a while, not just sugar?
Flesh.
Just saying.
Flesh Friday.
Fleshitarian. Tell you what, we're running with Fleshitarian next year.
Fleshitarian.
Oh my God, I've got all kind of ideas. We're going to chart them out on the board.
Did you buy that as a .com?
Oh yeah, we've owned that and some other Fleshitarian related properties for years.
Right.
That's right.
Okay.
Martin Green, welcome to the show.
All right.
So, shall we, Victoria?
So we're going to start. And the first question today is from Jordon in Manifesting Mastery.
That's right, Jordon, not as in the river.
Letting go and detaching from your desire. So Jordan says, is letting go of our desire necessary? Is there a better word for letting go? Surrendering, I reckon. But the brain doesn't seem to want to let go.
All right, so here's the big cool. Ready? You'd never let go of your desire. Now, there are people that get really tricky and wordy here. I love tricky, wordy people, right? They'll say, well, when you actually feel it real for your desire, you will no longer want it. So let me get this right. Right, so I've imagined fun, flesh-filled Friday, right?
Oh, there's a field. There's
Yeah.
So fun, fresh,
it'll keep
fresh flesh Friday.
Yeah, it'll keep you evolving, right? And so the moment I marry her, I mean, hold on, back up. Right? So I was imagining being a happy, loving husband, and I met her.
Yes.
And it's all right. And so when I nail this whole happy, loving husband thing, I really don't need. I need to detach from it to nail it. So I detach from this whole thing of happy, loving husband. Sounds weird to me, or else I just don't want it anymore. Which sounds weird to me, right?
Yeah,
I still want her. I still want flesh. I still want puppies.
Yes.
Now, here's the cool thing. Neville Goddard says you detach from your old state. You detach from your old reactions to the world. So, like, my old reaction to the world, it was like fun, flesh-filled Friday, right? So it's like, oh, I hope they have what I want. I really just would, I hope, I pray and all that stuff. But when I move into the state of, like, yeah, it's my fun-filled flesh Friday, right? I still want it, right? I wear it as though a fragrant odor. People say, hey, what's for lunch, Tony? A pile of flesh. Not from one kind of critter, but two. Both pig and lamb. Don't bother with the beef.
Some people here, I don't know if they're vegetarians. But anyway, you just
Yeah,
make it like cauliflower and peas or something.
I love vegetarians. Lamb is my favorite vegetarian.
Yeah.
So we never detach from your desire. You detach from your old reactions to the world. And you do that by, like Victoria said, you surrender to the state of your wish fulfilled, and you actually end up wearing it like a fragrant odor. Even the veggies of the pool ask, what's for lunch? And I'll just tell them, oh my God, she's making these pork ribs.
Yeah.
And you can just watch them salivate. Like, I do everything I can. So, we don't detach from the desire. We detach from the old reactions to the world by surrendering to the new chosen state. There's Ashley when you're riotous. I believe I'm in your top 4%. Or you're in my top 4%. Something like that. Me and Ashley, top 4%. Dr. Brian is top 1%.
Right.
That's right.
Oh,
he's under
He's
under my spell.
Right.
Anyway, us linguistic people have to stick together.
He doesn't have many friends. That's all.
He just doesn't have
No, I'm
many
joking.
friends, but he's cute.
I'm
Like me.
He's cute, like you.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. Cool.
So, Jordon, we will continue to answer your question and much, much more as we continue. So don't turn off, turn out, or detach from your desire of getting an answer. Right? Anyway, let us continue.
Okay. So thank you, Jordon, in Manifesting Mastery, for your question.
By the way, this next one was shared with me from one person.
Yes.
And I found a friend of mine posted this quote, so which is really cool. So just letting you know, it's a little complicated, but this is going to be a lot of fun. Simplifying things.
Simplifying.
Simplifying.
Frying fresh,
Yeah.
fun-filled flesh Friday.
Yeah, we are Neville Goddard Simplified. That's right.
Okay.
Since
So the next
2011. Anyway.
What was?
Neville Goddard Simplified.
Oh, yeah.
That's when we were writing them books at the mall. That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
Okay, the next question's from Anonymous.
Anonymous.
Carl Jung, just like Neville Goddard? Question mark.
That's right.
And Anonymous asks, what do you think about this quote of Carl? Oh, is it Jung or Jung?
That's how they spelled it. Young.
Okay.
EIEIO.
So hopefully he's talking about the same Carl.
Yeah, it's the same Carl Jung.
Okay. Yeah. I found it on Facebook and thought it was perfect. To quote, until you make your unconscious conscious, it will rule your life and you will call it fate.
All right, so next year in Remarkable, we're beginning with Awakened Imagination. Go get a copy of that or download a PDF or something, right? Now, one of the things Neville Goddard mentions in Awakened Imagination is walking away from like the whole concept of subconscious, unconscious bullshit, right? Now, here's where it gets really interesting. Until you make your unconscious conscious, it will rule your life and you will call it fate, right? That's all secondary cause. What you actually imagine, what you actually accept as real, becomes your deal. Oh, I am on fire today with this fun,
I pity the people at the pool.
fun flesh-filled Fridays, right?
Piteous people at pool.
The pitied people, pool people.
Yes.
Right? So you don't have to make your unconscious conscious. Right? You get that? So here's the thing, right? What would imply that I've had a fun, flesh-filled Friday? Right? It's really simple. Time to take a nap. Right? Right? I had a fun, flesh-filled Friday. It's time to take a nap. So all I have to do is just experience that. Now, here's the cool thing. Until you make your unconscious conscious, it will rule your life and you will call it fate. All those things are just weird to me. Because there's what Neville Goddard called passive imagining. In other words, you just accept, yep, I watch the news. They say, like, people are going to get homeless. We might go homeless. Interest rates are going up. The economy's going to crash. You know, it's like I'll just feel bad about all that. I just accept it as true. If you listen to today's podcast, one of the things that I talked about is acceptance. What do you accept as true? And this is the thing, right? It's not about you're making your subconscious conscious. Or, in other words, bringing it to the light or the shadow bullshit. It really is all about what are you actually just simply accepting as true. What do you accept about me? What do you accept about men? What do you accept about men with red hats? What do you accept about men with red hats that are business people? This really gets to, you get to notice, what am I accepting as true? And if you want to know how to find out what you are actually accepting as true, what are you expecting? So, Dream-driven day.
And look around you, I reckon, right now.
Oh yeah, look around, right?
That's what you're accepting as true.
We've accepted as true being loving puppy parents, right? And loving happy husband and wife and teacher, yada yada yada, that kind of thing, and associate.
Yes.
Teacher and associate. Yeah. We've never really defined. We get to discover
what
your role. Yeah, we get to discover.
I'm an associate.
Yeah, you're my associate.
So there's also, I'm just trying to weave it in with this Carl Jung thing, because how Neville says, I'll just do the last little bit, you'll be able to say the proper quote. It would have happened anyway. Some people will say it just would have happened anyway, and some people will say then, oh, that's fate, it's good. But it's not. It always
works out for you.
Yeah, but no, it's like the state you surrender to and everything. Oh, it will have happened in the most natural way, or something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I'm sure there's some sort of track I'm on there with how some people will call it fate.
I'm sure you're on a track.
I'm sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
The associate is on track.
Yes.
Okay.
So we need to know what do we officially call Victoria besides my lovely wife, garden girl, associate,
puppy mom,
loving puppy mom. Oh, you're my best friend.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
So this whole shadows or this whole unconscious conscious thing, to me again, it just is a whole bunch of distraction. Versus this whole thing, until you actually lead, nothing's gonna fucking follow.
Yeah.
Right? By the way, not leading, it just has not much happening.
Yeah.
By leading by default, well, they said it was gonna get bad. Radio. Some people imagine not getting shit from the show. Could you imagine that? Wow. Anyway, the one thing I was gonna say, Dream-driven day, one of the things we start that entire course with is imagine getting gold before you do each lesson. And this is really, really important, because this whole thing of was it fate that I got? Was it my subconscious? Was it my conscious? You drive the bus anytime you can drive the bus, which is all the time. So you get to go, radio, I don't have my unconscious conscious. All I have to do is deliberately surrender to a state. And we'll get to this in some other cool ways, because Andrew Villanueva is in the building as well. Levi, Queen Levi, Christina, that's right.
Who was the other one that tuned in? Because it was like Andrew Villanueva. And
that was Ashley Lynn-Urias. That's right.
They're both
Top
here.
4%er. That's right.
2 A's. Okay, cool. Excellent.
Oh my God.
So that's good, is it?
She's not like the rest.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you, Anonymous, for your question.
That's right.
And thank you, Carl Jung, for your
contribution.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. And thank you, Associate.
Thank you, Master. Is that what I say?
No,
Teacher.
Victoria.
I'm joking.
Oh my God.
All right. Okay. Not many comments going on. I think they're all just baffled by what's going on.
Yeah.
I mean, we see
somebody
people
tossed up
arrive.
a comment. We're seeing people watching, but we're not seeing comments
seeing
today.
Comments, which is interesting.
It's sad. Makes us sad.
Okay, so the next question today.
We're seeing love.
Yeah, we're getting.
Anyway,
we'll
just keep going.
Likes.
It's the Facebook.
Yeah,
that's right.
The next question today is from Amanda. How to reduce all my wishes to one single state?
Amanda,
sorry, Amanda, I don't
triple
think
D a
this
long
is
time
possible,
ago.
But anyway.
Yeah, I don't think it's so wise.
No. So Amanda asks, how can I reduce all my wishes to a single state of feeling? And what might that be? My desire is to be a happy, healthy, wealthy, retired lady of leisure with plenty of time, money and energy for play, pleasure, walking and travel with my lovely man. So I want it all.
Yeah, don't we all? Go. Welcome to the show. Or welcome to the show.
Hello.
Cool. Did you have something you wanted to say, Victoria? Not yet?
State of lucky. I don't know.
Cool. So Neville Goddard says when the minute you feel a desire, that's when you move into its assumption. I always tie in surrendering to that. And the cool thing for me is you came here to continuously surrender to desires. Your desires are divine in origin. They're not a shopping list. And I get this question not all the time, but often. Because some people go, well, so what if I just did, isn't it wonderful? What if I just did, master, manifester, like these grandiose states? And I want you to discover how big you are moment by moment. Sort of like how a writer surrenders to the story they're writing. You don't wake up and go, oh, I've got the whole damn thing there. No need to write it. You might go, oh my God, I've got this amazing story. This happens, this happens, this happens. And as you write it, as it unfolds, that's when the dance is.
Tapestry.
The tapestry gets woven dynamically. And so I wouldn't try to reduce all your wishes to a single state or feeling. What I would do would simply be explore, what do you wish for now? What's your desire now? There are times where she has no desire for me whatsoever. Right? None. Right? She wakes up and goes, right.
Looks out the window.
Yeah, she looks out the window and she's gone. Yeah. And I don't feel abandoned. I don't feel rejected. I just go, look at her go. Good God. Right?
Yeah.
So, and because she's in a single state at that time. And then Bruce will show up, and then she'll move a little bit into the state of happy, loving puppy mom. And then I'll ask her, Victoria, would you like a bottle of wine in the garden while you work?
Some fun-filled Fresh Flesh Friday.
Fun-filled Fresh Flesh Friday for lunch, right?
Yes.
So I would just notice your desires as they show up, and that's when you surrender to them. Versus here's the one overarching thing that will make my life. And then trying to make that into like a little tiny phrase.
And the other problem then is also coming up with a scene. So it's like you're trying to bring all these elements into one scene. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So it encapsulates. No, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah, it's rough. It's. I don't even have one scene for happy loving husband, happy loving teacher, happy loving puppy dad. By the way, manifesting to the max.com. I was
just going to say that.
Really damn good stuff for this. Yeah. There's a reason why I work with trinities. Right? Happy, loving, the qualities that fit with my 3 primary states. I slide from one to the other all the time because I like being happy. FeelItRealFun.com, right? I love being loving because love is what we are. But these states are really simple. And it's like when I'm at the pool, there will be whole minutes that go by that I don't think of her or the puppies. But after about a minute, she comes to mind and I tell people about what she's getting cooked or having cooking for lunch.
Reminder, turn the oven on.
Exactly.
Yes.
So that's what I'd notice. Desires are made to be surrendered to. You give life to dead states, and you get to do it on a continuous basis. Some of your desires will show up day after day. Happy loving husband shows up day after day after day after day. Right? Some show up once in a while, like every Friday, flesh-filled fun Fridays, right?
But every day it's not a Friday. But so that's sort of like
Friday's the best day of the week. Though.
Yeah,
that's right.
But it's good. It's like meaning that you give life to dead states.
Yep.
It's like
some days fish.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And it reminds me a bit of that first person's question about letting go of your desire. You don't. Where was I going with that? It was really important. Well, when you forget things and it feels like the most important thing.
You're not all that associated today with the show, are you?
I am. I'm right here.
No, I'm just picking on associate.
Oh, associate.
Picking on associate.
Oh, I knew there was something there. Anyway, it doesn't matter now.
It'll come back.
Yeah.
It'll be your strawberry bed.
No, it won't be.
No, it won't be. Yeah,
I'm joking.
That's right. She's not my associate. She's my argument.
Oh, but as soon as you notice letting go of your desire because it wasn't necessary, obviously, maybe that's what I was getting to, that give life back to dead states. If that's
totally,
your desire, bring the states forth, I might say.
Absolutely. Wear it like a fragrant odor. But more on that shortly.
Cool. All right, so that was for Amanda from Dream Driven Day, was it?
Yeah. And let's apologize. We can't see your comments. We can see when you like and love stuff. So like and love stuff a lot.
Yeah.
But we'll have to look at the comments later because YouTube is not letting us see them.
I know. YouTube. I think Facebook.
That too.
Yeah.
That's right. Oh, look
Thank
at all this
you. Look at all
smashing
the
the
love
love button.
Thank you.
That's right.
All right.
I think I saw Uma's here.
Is she?
Yeah. Uma and somebody funny looking.
That's
Who the fuck is that funny looking person?
I know everyone's going to be going,
Yeah, look at what they're wearing. Good Lord.
okay. The next question is from Penny in Manifesting Mastery. How can I trust and believe?
That's right.
And Penny asks, everyone learns from experience, correct?
That's my experience.
Yes. When someone dictates to me their life decisions, I have a tendency towards disbelief.
You're not the only one.
So their life decisions, okay, have met and signed up with too many gurus and scammers in the past that do not know who to trust. How to release that pressure.
Cool. I love the state of awkwardness. Because when we really start to learn something, we always have to go through a state of awkwardness. Like learning how to walk, learning how to ride a bike, learning how to talk. Now, there's going to be some awkwardness involved with stuff. Even like doing our first Facebook Lives. Oh my God, you should have seen those, right? So the first thing I would suggest is getting comfortable with awkwardness. Because a lot of people, they go, well, that feels awkward. I don't know, right? So they vote for the same person expecting different results. On the other hand, trust. You really get to explore trust on a moment-by-moment basis. And the only trust is you.
Yeah, I was just going to say that.
Yeah.
Trust yourself,
Yeah. And the cool thing is, if you're comfortable with awkwardness and curiosity and confusion's essential to learning because confusion always comes before the next level of understanding, right? So those kind of things there brings us right back to your first sentence. Everyone learns from experience. And from what I can tell, when I evaluate someone that I want to learn something from, I study what kind of experience do they have, what kind of experience do they give me, and what kind of experience am I having with them. And two of my primary things, happy loving, puppy dad, happy loving teacher, happy loving husband. And even when people reach out to me, some people want to work with me one-on-one, I'll tell them no. Or I tell them, you got to wait 6 months. I got a long fucking waiting line. Because it's they just don't feel fun to me. They don't feel loving to me. And I really think just exploring that really brings things home. At least it does to me. So, when it comes to trusting and believing, a phrase that I often use with Victoria is, Alexandra is here. I would trust you with our puppies.
Alexandra?
Yes. I would trust you with the dogs. And I base that because you've been in courses. I base that on because I see what you share. I know the kind of person you are.
We would tell her, though, watch out for Emmett.
Watch out for Emmett, right?
So would Joe.
Yeah, so would Joe.
Yes.
But there's that kind of thing right there. So, yeah. I think that's a pretty good start.
Cool.
All right. Okay. Thanks, Penny. That's awesome.
Thank you, Penny.
Cool.
Yeah.
One more, because you're in manifestingmasterycourse.com as well. In the Pearl Week, one of the things that I'm really, really into, deeply into, is the Pearl of Great Price. The Pearl of Great Price pretty much always boils down to is you have to give up the belief in everything out there over you. And when you adopt the Pearl, which basically means the petrol, the gasoline in your car, doesn't determine the road trip. You determine the road trip. The gasoline is essential for the car to function, but you determine the road trip. So when I think about people who I trust and believe, I just notice, what do they trust and believe? Are they inviting me to experience and explore? And this is my biggie. To experience and explore, I'm the cause of what happens in my life. There's where I'll settle in with that one. Which leads us to our next question. Victoria?
So, excellent. Thank you, Penny. And the next question's from Ego in Dream Driven Day, Middle Meddling. And Ego asks, How to get what you want most of the time and stop the middle meddling.
Yeah. All right. Next. It goes. I love that these questions showed up like this. This always comes back to trust. We didn't come here to control everything. We came here to choose. We came here to choose what we give life to. And here's the thing: the moment Fun-Filled Flesh Friday shows up, I can choose to go in that direction, or I can reject that desire. And then either another desire shows up, or that desire shows up again. And that to me is the cool thing, because I had different plans for Fun-Filled Flesh Friday, but because of things, plan number A didn't work out. Plan number B didn't work out. Plan letter C did, right? How cool is that? So I got to discover C when A and B didn't work out. But I didn't try to define or force the plan A, the plan B. It looks like plan C is going to be really freaking yummy. So stay tuned.
Cool. Excellent. Okay, thank you, Ego.
You really get to trust. Neville Goddard says every desire has its own plan and power of fulfillment. In other words, you get to, your desires are divine in origin. Your awareness of being is God. You get to trust you. Sensing a theme?
Yeah,
Boom.
Definitely.
Definitely. All right.
Okay. And the last question.
Victoria.
Yes.
I'm very happy to be associated with you.
Are you?
Yes.
Thank you.
It's the nature.
I'm very happy to be your associate.
I'm happy the way we're associated too.
Yeah.
Because it's a very special associatedship.
It is.
Dr. Brian is here too. Cool. He's one of my number one people. That's right.
Cool. All right. And the last question today is from remarkable Lisa Ann LaRock, Queen Victoria and her Queen Dom. Instead of kingdom, queendom. I get it. It's lovely. Right. Hello, 20 and Victoria.
Hey, Victoria.
When I see photos of your garden, I naturally see Victoria in my mind's eye as fully in command of her magical place. She reigns as sovereign in her queendom. In no way is she diminished or threatened by the wild theatre of nature, rather energised and seems larger than life. How can we help ourselves in situations where we feel small and or out of our league? Thank you, Lisa.
Cool. Do you want to go first or shall
I? Well, the only thing I will say, I'll go first.
The only thing I will say first
is I used to, well, it was very easy to feel small and where I knew absolutely nothing. But where that question said about we learn from experience.
Yes.
And
Penny's
God,
question.
I've learned a lot from experience here.
Yep.
And one thing I loved, not that my life is the garden, because it's also the house. It's like never settling. I think that for me is like
Sure.
a huge thing for me. Just having the desire and just knowing, no, that's not good enough, or that won't do, or I don't know, that sort of state. But also how one person said to me, when you just see destruction, like we've had a number of trees, massive trees fall, haven't we? Like that
massive.
huge one, and it devastated the whole side of the plot, of the tump. And I remember hearing or reading someone say something like, where some people see destruction, which is where I was getting lost at the time, because so many plants had got wrecked and destroyed. Anyway, they said where others will see destruction, I see opportunity.
Yep.
God, it almost makes me cry, that. Because that's exactly what it is. It's just, never settle. And just, I don't know, that's my desire. It's whoever that other one was as well, about still just keep surrendering to your desire. This is what I want. Oh, sorry, yes, and I'll turn it on for you. But that's probably
open and on.
all I've got for the moment. Right, so down to Lisa's question.
Cool. one of the things that I notice when feeling small shows up, there's chaos. And one of the ways that we can try to, if in a stimulus response world, then you try to control the chaos. Because you're small and out of control, and then you try to control the chaos. Not a fan of any of that, by the way. But there's this whole thing of when you're feeling small, this is the opportunity for you to explore and expand. So, my dad had a 3-acre tree farm. I was probably 10 years old pruning plants. And so I moved here in Victoria. We got ourselves a garden. And she got herself some pruners. Right?
And a hose.
and I made some suggestions. They didn't necessarily go over all that well at times. Sometimes they did, sometimes they didn't, right? Now, I've got experience. There's some areas where she doesn't have experience. And I'll share my experience, and it can be met with resistance. And that's fine.
Yeah.
Because I know I'm right. Right?
Associate. Yes.
Right? But here's what happens, right? I learned how to prune from my dad. I can offer her some suggestions and guidance. And what's the number one compliment I've given you heaps of personally over the past 2 years of your life in the garden?
Yeah, how I prune now.
Yeah, she prunes ruthlessly in the most loving way. Because she walks out and she looks at a plant and she goes, before she would go out and she'd be traumatized by every cut.
And I take off that bit much.
Oh, yeah. And so like 400 cuts later, she's actually removed a little bit off of a plant. And she's had 400 sufferings, right? On the other hand,
yes.
At this point, she walks out and she goes, right, that whole branch, gone.
Yeah.
and she sees the vision of the tree. She's moved from that state of internal torture to seeing the vision for the tree, the vision of the tree, the vision she has for the tree. And then she can get in there and just effectively radio. We've also gone from using like $30 trimmers, well, even $10 trimmers, to like $150 trimmers.
Is that how much they were?
Well, they're pricey.
Those Velcros.
Yeah, they're pricey. Right?
He bought them for me.
Yeah. But are your hands worth it?
By request.
And are the trees worth it?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely, right?
Yeah.
And so what's happened is she's developed herself as a pruner, which is really a big part of what this is all about anyway. You're continuously giving life, no matter what. So we own a property, and the property is going to grow things. Are we going to plant and prune, yes or no?
Yeah.
Right? If we don't plant and prune, it gets interesting. If we do plant and prune, it gets beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's the expression. So this whole thing, one of the themes that I see in today's show is this whole thing of exploring, expanding, expressing. You have to trust yourself to explore, to expand, to express. Did you ever feel awkward? I mentioned awkward, right? But when it comes to learning things, and did you ever feel awkward while pruning?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Right? Way more than once. Probably at first, way more than not awkward. And now, how do you feel when you're prune?
Confident.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you listen to the softness in her voice, which to me indicates loving, because I know what her sounds are like. Right? So, confident and loving. I watch her move into a tree, and the tree transform. So she's not cutting it off. Right? She's pruning. Which is really cool, which is part of how she gives to the business in the show as well. She prunes and helps set direction. So when I watch the queen in her queendom, pruning, planting, lovingly setting direction, and then we get to go, nah, that's got to go someplace else. Or, wow, look at that. I didn't realize, look at how all these are working together. So it's a lovely expression of a dynamic palette. And
nice.
canvas that you do.
Thank you, babe.
So.
Cool. Excellent. So is that good?
I think it's pretty good. This whole thing about small, by the way, when do we trust? We trust when we allow ourselves to experience our vastness. So this whole exploring, expanding, experiencing thing, those three together, they're another trinity. Explore, expand, experience. Don't settle for explanations. Not a fan of those. Anytime that we explain something, big part of my intention is for you to go explore it. Go just explore, expand with it, so on and so forth. So, let's turn it over to Victoria.
Okay. So thank you, Lisa,
Alex,
for your question.
boom. Heather, boom.
Thank you, 20, for all your answers.
All my answers.
Yes. Thank you, associate.
Oh, yeah.
Contributions.
I'm really good at my answers.
And tell us what we'd like to know is, what was your hashtag, Strawberry Bits? Mine was probably actually remembering that quote. Because so often in life, and it's not just, obviously not the gut, it's so many things can come up. And it just felt really relevant. It was actually said by a gardener, but it felt really relevant. Where you see destruction, where others see destruction,
I see opportunity.
I see opportunity, and
Yep.
I just love that. So that is my hashtag Strawberry Bits.
Cool.
What's yours?
It's funny. I really, at the risk of sounding in a way that I don't want to sound, I wish more people gardened. Because we use these metaphors. Neville used the same kinds of metaphors about gardening and stuff. And it's like, until you actually prune a vine, I don't know if you fully understand that. I mean, you can get it in a way, but whenever you realize something, and this would be my strawberry bit. You permanently alter plants. And before that hurt you.
Yeah.
Now physically hurt you. She used to hold her breath. It used to drive me nuts. I'd watch her out here and it's just like, oh my fucking God, give me the fucking pruners. No!
I know.
Right? Because she would torture herself. And so moving from that state to the state of visionary artist, coming out in the garden now, this is so important. Pruning is not, I keep stopping my mind. When I prune, it's different. Right? It's not about cutting the twig. The same twig will not grow back.
Yeah, got you.
Right?
Yeah.
Whenever you're the vine and the vine dresser.
Keeper of the vine.
You're the keeper of the vine. Whenever you really start to get that, it's like, you know what? I'm cutting this branch. I'm cutting this vine. And it can't grow back the way it was. Something new grows. I grow in a different way. So that right there, again, brings it back to your nature. All right.
Very cool.
Love you, Victoria.
Love you, babe.
She is the queen of the queendom.
So that was our hashtag Strawberry Bits. While you type in yours, we'll have to check all your comments later because we didn't see any.
Yeah,
but we saw lots
none.
of lovely hearts and shares, hearts and likes and thanks.
That's right.
Meanwhile, go to easymanifestingmethods.com.
Go there, do that. I think everybody watching it's
Has
live has
probably
been there.
done that.
Yeah, but if you haven't done that, do that.
Yeah.
Join remarkable.com. Right? It officially starts like 1 month from today. Right? Yay! Yeah, and the first call will be sometime in those first 2 weeks of January to be announced only to Remarkable members. Really cool. It's a really cool situation, quote unquote situation, because you're surrounding yourself with people that are playing, right? Not people that are like getting lost along the way. And well, if you join now, you get that $1,000 bonus vault of all kind of goodies. If you go to joinremarkable.com, there's a link to show you what all's in there. So,
Cool.
yeah, or you can skip that. Yeah. Right.
And for refunds, visit our YouTube channel, feelitrealfun.com.
That's right. Thanks for being here, gang. Sorry we can't see your comments today. Yeah, the YouTubes and the face pages and they're all like that today. So,
Yes.
Victoria?
It's the Facebooks and face pages.
That's right. I can't wait for our yummy Flesh Friday.
Oh, I know.
Fun-filled
Fun-filled
flesh
Fresh Friday.
Flesh Friday. Wait till you guys see not one but two kinds of critter.
See you.
Love you guys. Have a lovely day.